I'm actually in the process, in the middle of filming another video for my pumpkins. If you haven't checked that out, I'll put it in the link at the very end. But right now I'm waiting for my pumpkins to dry, so before I can do my next coat. I know my green's definitely gonna take 2 coats. My purple's probably gonna take at least 3 coats, so we'll see what happens. So in the meantime, it's Sunday. I'm using my time off wisely to get as much done, get back on YouTube. If you're new, please subscribe. So this is for my interchangeable welcome sign for the porch. So this is now Halloween time, it's October, so I'm gonna make sure I get this pumpkin done today. Christmas is right around the corner, so I got my ornament going. Also, Thanksgiving around the corner, I got my turkey. And apparently now Big Ten football is coming back, so I got my OSU football helmet. Go Bucks. Beat Michigan always. So I kind of did a base coat of everything. My next step is to take a pencil and kind of draw out where I want certain things. So like I kind of already have a line here, but I'm gonna do like, I was gonna do like a leaf, but I think that's overdoing it. But I'm just kind of maybe mark where I want the lines to go. Just kind of marking lightly. Make it a little easier when I'm painting. I want to do like a little bit of shading. I'm not a painting expert, but a little bit of shading there so you can give, so it gives it more depth because it's something you're going to see from far. I'm going to mark the lines for my football helmet. I'm going to mark a line here for my ornament, and obviously my turkey needs a bunch of lines, so that's what I'm going to do right now. When I come back, my lines should be marked, and I'm going to go ahead and start painting. Okay, so I've got most of my straight lines kind of painted in how I want it. I got the orange and the red where I want it, brown and the orange, and all of my helmet colors. They're not exactly perfect, but it's fine. If you look up from far, it doesn't look as bad. So now what I want to do is start kind of like shading a little bit to give it a little bit of depth. So to do that, I'm going to take some orange and a little bit of black that I'm going to put sort of next to it. Like that. So when I take my brush, I'm going to kind of hit both, but kind of already put some orange on it, and then kind of drag them through both. Then use my paper towel to kind of get them together a bit. So that you kind of have like on the tip like some black and some orange, and then you're gonna kind of like hit the edges with it. So with that dark color, I want to do it on the outside of this side too. And already you have a little bit of depth. And then in the next layers, I want to go, instead of like black on my outside, I want to do this darker orange color. I already mixed that with a little bit of black. So I'm going to kind of put that on my brush. Maybe even bring some right here. And then grab some of the lighter orange on this side. And then kind of grab it like that. And then I'll hit the next line that I made. I like that shade, so I'm going to do that on the last one. If you see, like here, I need it a little bit darker, so I can just grab a little bit more of that darker color and just kind of hit that line. If you need to straighten it out a little bit more, you don't like the way it came out, just you can hit that the same way. So that already has like a lot more depth, but I also want to do some highlights. So these are like shadows, but I want to do some highlights. So I just use my paper towel. I don't need to rinse the brush because I'm kind of using a lot of the same colors. But what I can do is just put a little bit more orange in here. And some white. Okay, so I really wasn't liking how that was looking for a while. So basically I just keep painting, blending in some more. And I got it fairly how I'd like it. Again, it's not perfect. I'm not an artist. But I just wanted it to have some depth, so from far it looks a little bit better and not so flat. So now what I need to do is kind of do the same thing for the stem. I'm gonna grab some brown. Actually, I'm gonna put some brown here with the white. Just kind of do the same thing, kind of mix the two. Okay, so it's nothing spectacular, but I just put a little bit more dark here. You know, I put some whites and some browns mixed in there with some blacks, and it just highlights it a little bit more, so it doesn't just look like flat paint. So if you see the difference, this has some depth, and this is just flat. Okay, now for my turkey, I'm going to try and do the same thing. Just kind of give the feathers and stuff some depth, like that pumpkin. So I'm going to go back to the same paintbrush. I have the same paint here. I'm going to use this sort of brown and white and start trying to kind of do the outlines of the feathers. Okay, so it's not perfect, but it's got some depth to it. It's painted like a turkey. Hopefully that's good enough. Okay, so my wood cutouts are all painted. My OSU football helmet, I didn't do any shading to it. I just kind of left it as is because it had enough color to it. But if you could see, like my ornament, I tried to put some shading to make it look a little round. My turkey is not the best, but you could see the shading in his feathers and his body. And then my pumpkin has some shading to it. So we basically have two main steps left. The first one is to attach the Velcro. So I bought this on Amazon. And it's just a 2-inch black fastener Velcro. So this is already, like, it has its own adhesive on it. You don't have to cut anything exact, but basically just think about what size you have on your welcome sign. And if you need the instructions for those, I will link that video at the end because I did make that video previously. So the first thing you want to do is They're not exact, but that's fine. Put them together. Now in my case, mine is already on my sign out there. So actually, there's one side I don't need. So I'm gonna have to go get my sign to make sure that I put the correct Velcro side on it. So I'll be right back. So here's my current sign. It's been outside for a while. So this is the interchangeable part. The letters stay on, but this part comes off. So I can see the size that I have here. So it's the fuzzier, softer side that I need to go in the back of these. And that coarser side goes here. So basically what I made here fits pretty good, and it'll fit almost all my pieces. My helmet, because of the holes, I'll have to make that piece a little smaller, so I'll keep that in mind. And you see this is really good Velcro. So that coarser side, you see here's the softer side, and here's the coarser side. So the coarser side I don't need because that's actually already on my sign. So I need this size. So put it in the back here, and it's got its own adhesive. You just have to peel it. This adhesive is really good. Also, think about how you want, like I don't want my ornament just being straight up and down. I'd like it a little bit tilted. So I have to keep that in mind. And that's basically how it works. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the Velcro and attach it to the rest of my new pieces. Okay, so the final step is to put to coat it some way. Now, for example, when I do my pumpkins, I'm going to spray it with like a sealant, like LINNMON sealant. But I like this when it comes to something that's going to stay outside. This is wood, and the paint that I used was just craft acrylic paint, so it's not something that'll hold up to the elements really. So if you really want it to hold up, you really need to coat it. So this one I've already coated, and you see it doesn't, it dries clear, so it doesn't take away from the color that I painted on it. So I like to use a sponge brush best to coat mine, and I make sure always to coat the edges also. So I just hold it up, do the edges, and then put it down on something like this, like a trash bag on the table, and then I'll swipe the rest, and then so everything that dripped from the edges onto the main part, I can kind of like wipe it clear this way. And then I try and like move it, because you see. So I'm gonna do one coat now, and depending on how it looks later, I can do another coat, or even two if I want to. It all depends on you, like how many coats you want to do, how it looks, things like that. So actually that's it. I'll probably make some more later on, like after Christmas time, because I have like a heart for Valentine's Day, a shamrock for St. Patty's Day, an Easter egg, things like that for other holidays coming up. But I have enough on my plate right now, and this gets me through at least the next 4 seasons. So I'll go ahead and post some pictures in here with the actual wood cutouts and how they look on the sign on my porch, so you can see what a complete finished product will look like. And I'll also put it in the link, I'll put a link in the description of the Etsy shop that I bought these wood cutouts from, as well as where I purchased this on Amazon. As far as the polyurethane, it's just Minwax brand. I got this from, I believe, like Home Depot or Lowe's. So basically your hardware store, wherever there's paint sold or something, you can get this. I got clear satin, so it gives it a bit of a shine. It's not like a gloss, but at least it gives it, you know, a bit of a sheen to it. So this one's done. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you're new, please make sure to subscribe. Find me on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, as well as my Etsy page. Even though my Etsy page is down right now, my shop is closed until I can get a new heat press and everything. Hopefully soon. I'm really praying, so pray for me. Hopefully soon I can get my new heat press, get back in business. But for now, I have to go. The baby's waking up. But thanks for watching, and I hope you come back soon.